Hello. My name is Bill Edgett, and I was supposed to have supervised visitation with my children today at 4:30 p.m. My children did not arrive in compliance with the court order made by Judge Danny Roy.
Okay.
Okay, so that's
Your address?
that's a violation of Section 282 of the Criminal Code of Canada, withholding a child in contravention of a court order.
Okay, what's your address?
My address is 9 Bayview Road,
There's nothing.
Grand Bay, Westfield.
Correct, in there? Cut out.
Pardon?
What's your address? You cut out.
Oh, sorry, 9 Bayview Road.
Davie Road, okay. You said 9 Davie Road?
Yes.
You said that's in Grand Bay?
Yes.
Okay. You. How do you spell your last name?
EDGETT.
You. What's the best phone number for you?
506-639-1809.
You. And just the date of birth for you?
January 30th, 1973.
Okay. So you said your kids were supposed to show up to your house today?
They were supposed to show up. They were supposed to show up to my parents' home in compliance with a court order made by Judge Danny Roy that went into effect May 26th of 2023. There were supposed to be 2 visitations last week, and my children did not show up at either visitation. And again this week for Monday and Tuesday, and next week on Monday and Tuesday I'm supposed to have supervised visitation. Now this court order went into effect by Judge Danny Roy, who said it went into effect on May 25th, but it wasn't signed and stamped by the court. So in accordance with Rule 60 of the Rules of Court, court order is not valid until it is signed and stamped as received by the courthouse. So as of May 26th, the court order was in effect for me to have 2 supervised visitations per week, according to her court order. The minister...
What's your parents' house address?
295 Point Road.
That's where you're supposed to be building?
That's where my children are supposed to be brought to me for the supervised visitation, as set up by Cassie McDougall of the Department of Social Development, who is an agent of... She's an agent of Dorothy Shepherd, the minister, who is the one who started the proceedings against me and is in...
Okay. So it's Point Road in St. John?
Yes.
Okay, so that's where the incident took place then?
Well, no. The children were never brought to my parents' home for a visitation in compliance with the court order.
At that address, 295 Point Road?
Correct.
Okay.
Supreme HS has been hired to supervise...
All right, Bill.
Yeah.
Just cut you off again.
Okay.
So have you contacted St. John Police?
No, this is...
Well, that's their jurisdiction. So, right.
I live in Grand Bay, and this is not going to work if you try to tell me this isn't the jurisdiction. If that's what you were planning on doing, could I please have your agent number?
Yep. I'm off at your steps. I'm just trying to figure this out, right?
Just a moment, please, so I can get it down here. So you are not going to pass this on because you were declaring that this is a problem for St. John, because I live in Grand Bay, my children live in Grand Bay, and the court order for this is listed as my home in Grand Bay. So the court order was not complied with. So I am making a report.
Yes, but I'm just trying to understand. So you're supposed to have this meeting at 295 Point Road in St. John?
Yes, because that is...
That address.
Pardon?
They're never brought to that address?
Nope, they weren't brought there last week, they weren't brought this week. So, again, that's a violation of Section 282 of the Criminal Code for keeping a child in contravention of a court order. Plus, it's also a violation of Section 127 of the Criminal Code, failure to comply with the court order.
So that's where the occurrence would happen. They weren't brought there, right?
Well, that's currently what has happened because I haven't seen my children. It's been almost 50 days now. It's been court-ordered for me to have supervised visitation, and I also made reports that my ex kept them from me in contravention of a court order that was investigated, or supposed to have been investigated by the RCMP, but they have not gotten back to me, and they were lied to by Child Protection about an emergency order going in place on May 10th, which was not true. They'd never made an emergency order until May 23rd.
Just give me 1 second, okay? I'm going to put you on hold.
Thank you.
Thanks for waiting there, Bill.
Yep.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to transfer you to St. John Police.
St. John Police are not the jurisdiction for this case.
No, but that's where the occurrence happened.
No, it didn't. There was no occurrence. The children did not show up. I am still at my home.
You're saying they're supposed to meet you at 295 Point Road.
Yes, and they weren't brought there. They're still at their mother's home in Grand Bay. Yes, but they weren't brought there. They were in Grand Bay, 295. Or 227 Nerepus Road in Grand Bay. They were never brought to St. John. So they are still in Grand Bay, Westfield, as am I, and that's where this occurrence took place, not in St. John.
What's your West address?
227 Nerepus Road, Grand Bay, Westfield. Danica Edgett. She's been investigated for criminal harassment by James McKinnon in the past, and for keeping the children from me in contravention of a court order, which should still be active. Nerepis.
What's your ex name again? Sorry?
Danica Edgett.
What's your date of birth?
March 7th, 75, I think.
Okay, so both of your kids are still at 227?
Nerepus Road. That's what was reported to me by Supreme HS, who was hired by the Department of Social Development to supervise the visitation with me and my children. Supreme HS employee contacted me and told me that she did not leave their mother's home with the children. So they never left Grand Bay. I never left Grand Bay. And everyone has remained in Grand Bay during this entire proceeding.
Alright, I'll create this file here and somebody will get in contact with you, okay, Bill?
That will be great. Thank you very much.